The Acolyte, also known as the gayest Star Wars series, was canceled after its first season. The cancellation was due to a combination of factors, primarily revolving around its high production costs and disappointing viewership numbers. After reality settled down, the few odd fans of the show decided to wage an attack on major YouTube channels that rightfully criticized the show and laughed at the cheesiness of the production and quality. An ex-user by the name of Molly Damon sent a novel to Team YouTube to demonetize a bunch of YouTube channels that criticized and laughed at The Acolyte's failure. She posted,
"I've spoken at length about all this in the past, but the only way things get better is if Team YouTube does something to discourage this kind of content. Until then, it will only get worse."
She then posted a screenshot of the novel she wrote to Team YouTube.
Chapter 1. Dear Team YouTube. Last week, actor Amandla Stenberg, she/they, posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, the latest addition to the Star Wars universe. Stenberg's experience is not new. In fact, this known tactic was initially provoked by former Breitbart news editor Milo Yiannopoulos, who aggressively targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism. After prolonged insults against her Ghostbusters character resulted in harassment against Jones on Twitter, Yiannopoulos claimed Jones was playing the victim when she called for action against the harassment. The aggressive gaslighting of Jones' experience resulted in Yiannopoulos being banned from Twitter. 8 years later, Yiannopoulos' playbook against marginalized actors has burgeoned into a multi-million-dollar business on YouTube, which has been permitted to develop unchecked with the help of YouTube's partner program. This playbook's biggest target, Star Wars. As fans of the Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of our community. Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost and Nerdotic. Chapter 2. The Facts. In 2018, Geeks and Gamers, 369,000 subscribers, encouraged harassment against Vietnamese-American actor Kelly Marie Tran. Leading up to Tran's departure from Instagram due to prolonged harassment, Geeks and Gamers published nearly 15 videos relevant to Tran's Star Wars Episode 5 II, The Last Jedi character, Rose Tico. The channel claimed that Tran's character is one of the most hideous characters of all time, the most unlikable character ever, and exists for forced diversity. Many of the comments found in Geeks and Gamers video can be seen in hateful comments under Tran's now-deleted Instagram posts. Geek and Gamers championed RK Outpost, 319,000 subscribers, a channel that frequently targets marginalized actors, including Moses Ingram, a black American cast member in the TV series Kenobi. Days before Ingram called out racist backlash against her on Instagram, RK Outpost called Ingram a lunatic who can do nothing other than play the victim. RK Outpost has recently referred to Ingram's Kenobi character, Reva, as dumb and retarded. Geeks and Gamers and RK Outpost frequently co-host the live stream Friday Night Tights on Nerdotic's YouTube channel, 1.1 million subscribers, where the three channels have made a profitable business reusing prolonged insults against marginalized actors featured in Star Wars, Captain Marvel and The Lord of the Rings of Power to name a few. Amandla is the current target of this YouTube-based operation. Together, Geeks and Gamers, RK Outpost and Nerdotic have led the charge against Amandla even before the release of The Acolyte, producing nearly 40 videos relevant to Amandla and The Acolyte since May. These channels have asserted that Amandla is vapid and narcissistic, the adult pretender, dumb and a half-black bitch for defending herself against racism. These channels have gaslit Amandla by claiming she's playing the victim card, with RK Outpost proclaiming, "You've never been oppressed in your goddamn life, you bitch." These YouTubers also use racist dog whistles, including the angry black woman stereotype. The hate campaign against Amandla has been so profitable that other major YouTubers have joined the attacks on Amandla, including Star Wars Theory, 3.3 million subscribers. How many more good faith content creators will turn to profitable hate campaigns if this behavior is permitted to continue with no repercussions. Chapter 3. Action Required. The Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction, which has transformed hate into a lucrative career path. It is concerning to us that targeting marginalized actors on other social media platforms has historically resulted in plan-form bans, whereas the same behavior has made provocateurs millionaires on YouTube. This should be highly concerning to advertisers as well. We understand that YouTube has an important role to play in promoting free speech. However, content uploaded by geeks and gamers, RK Outpost, and Nerdrotic is not opinion or criticism. It is prolonged, targeted harassment against women of color. We urge YouTube to enforce its community guidelines and demonetize these channels immediately and permanently. Thank you. May the Force be with you.
Team YouTube then responded with, "We really appreciate you bringing this to our attention. Mind reporting the channel/video in the official reporting tool if you haven't yet. This page has more info on how to do that."
Well said, Molly. I've started reporting a few channels myself that have engaged in this targeted harassment. Hopefully YouTube will improve in banning/demonetizing these people, with more people addressing them/bringing this to light. I really think Twitter needed to drop blue-paying people as well. The quality of posts in general have fallen apart when it's people instigating now, just like how YouTube rewards instigator and good content gets buried.
The replies on Molly's post has been locked, but we have access to all the hidden comments. Ex-user Casey Ryback responded with, "I would be very careful. There may be some defamatory items within that document/screenshot. I understand what you're trying to do, but posting that on X may not have been the best course of action. A private conversation to your YouTube rep would have been sufficient. Too late."
Should South Park be canceled for saying, "Put a chick in it and make it lame and gay"? Or Family Guy that makes racist and stereotypes about all people? Calling for and advocating for censorship and the restriction of free speech, whether or not if you agree or disagree with what they have to say, is never a good thing and will only lead to the dark side. That is why we have a First Amendment guaranteed to us. If you don't like what they said, then either ignore it and go on with your lives, or counter it with something substantial. But don't advocate for censorship. Wow, there house the liberty of speaking. Libs always want to shut everyone up. Just remember, Amandla, who dissed fans and white people, has never shown any receipts about her claims. Welcome to the internet and social media. You want to be safe with your thoughts? Easy. Don't post. Frankly, The Acolyte was poorly made, and using accusations of racism to excuse bad writing and acting is just lazy. Ahsoka didn't receive hate, which suggests that racism isn't the reason for criticism. Sad times when people can make up lies about people. Slander and libel laws should be easier to prosecute liars such as yourself. And that was just the first sentence listed in the facts paragraph. Stopped reading after that. Nah, those channels are great, and the dudes in it are pretty funny. Maybe stop being a bootlicker to mega corporations and stop acting like a spoiled brat telling on your schoolmates to the teacher just because they're having fun without you. A lot of things in that document are opinions, not facts. I don't agree with everything those accounts say. I also don't agree with everything you say. I would never ask for demonetization of any channel just because they have a differing opinion. It seems petty and vindictive.
If these YouTubers lose their channels, you can find them on Rumble and on X. Have a fantastic day, and remember, those who complain about content creators already lost the battle.